What's up, guys? Mad Fragger back again. Got another fragrance review video for you. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Um, I watch a channel called Boston Accents with Gerard George. It's one of my favorite review channels. I love his content, and he does weekly wears videos. And I know I'm like plagiarizing his content here, but I kind of thought like that sounds like a pretty cool idea. Like I'd like to kind of, start doing that on my channel, just kind of doing a quick rundown of what I wore for the week. And I love watching his weekly wears videos. And I just felt like it'd be cool if I tried to do one myself. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And hopefully moving forward, I'll try to do these every week. But let's get into it. So here in Ohio right now, we're just getting into the fall. But the weather here is pretty crazy. Like a lot of times it'll be like in the 40s in the early part of the day in the mornings, and then by the time you get into the afternoon, it's like upper 70s, low 80s. So kind of crazy. And so this was this past Sunday. The weather was kind of like that, and I said, well, I'll wear something that's a little more versatile. And this one here, Cedrat Bose by Mancera. This is a fragrance that is really versatile that I feel like would be perfect for weather like that because it is really good in the cooler weather as well as if it's a little warmer out. I think it kind of spans that gap just perfectly. And Ross from TLTG Reviews, he describes this fragrance as like a fruit basket, including the basket. And I think that's a really accurate and really good description of this fragrance because that is exactly what I get out of it. It's definitely very fruity, but you also get that kind of like dry, almost like a wicker kind of woody feel to it. And there's some freshness, like really great fragrance. So I wore this one Sunday, and I always love wearing this one. Anytime I pull this out, I love it. Now, Monday, I decided it was about the same weather, like pretty similar. I decided something else a little bit with some versatility to it, and I decided to go with Givenchy Gentleman. This is the EDT Intense Givenchy Gentleman. Great iris fragrance. I love iris fragrances just in general. I love the note of iris. This one does it really, really well, and it's got a really nice woody dry down to it as well. This is a great fragrance for cooler weather, and even if it's like up into the like mid 70s, this one is fine, holds up good in my opinion. And yeah, I decided to go with this one on Monday, and yeah, I really like this fragrance. It's a really good one. Going forward, I came in and I decided to kind of, sometimes I don't have a whole lot of fragrances, like not as many as some of you out there probably do. And a lot of the reviewers that I watch, I don't have that many, but I do have quite a few. I think I'm like a little over 100 here. And sometimes it can be difficult when you got a lot of fragrances to kind of like pick out what you're going to wear. I'm sure you all know that. And this is one that I hadn't reached for in a while, and it kind of caught my attention like, well, I haven't reached for that in a while. Let's give that a go. And that is going to be Starman Nebula. This is a clone of Mugler's Pure Malt, and in my opinion, a really good one. And this is one that, I hadn't worn for a while, and when I pulled this out and sprayed it on, I was like, man, I'm such an idiot. Well, I don't know why I don't wear this one more. This is just fantastic. It's got a great booziness to it and a little bit of spice. But this one also is really decent for cooler weather. And I was surprised to find when I wore this that day, like, I don't remember. I think I did a quickie review on this, but I don't know if I've done a dedicated review on this one. If not, I probably should. But yeah, this one has great performance and projects really great and lasted a long time. And this one kind of like to me, I get like a really like great kind of orange. Like it's like sometimes fragrances can like remind you of a color. Like a lot of time, I have a lot of fragrances where when I wear the fragrance, like it kind of has like I associate a color with the smell of the fragrance, and this one to me smells orange. Maybe I'm just a little bit loose in the brain, but that's kind of my opinion. Is it kind of smells a little orange, but great booziness in this, and yeah, I really love this one a lot, guys. If you are looking for a decent dupe of Mugler's Pure Malt, there it is right there. I don't think there's a lot of dupes of Pure Malt out there, but this is a really good one. So that one was excellent. I really enjoyed wearing that one. And then the next day, I kind of just went to one that I find myself going back to so many times. Like, matter of fact, I don't know how much of a dent I put in this, but it's got to be, I have to have put a little bit of a dent in this because this is just one of my favorites in my collection, and I love wearing this in cooler weather. It's excellent. It is Armaf's Hunter Killer Bullet, and it's a dupe of Mancera's Red Tobacco, but with kind of a twist to it. It's not exactly one of those one-to-one dupes. It's it's inspired by, and it's kind of like similar to the DNA of Red Tobacco, but it's got its own thing going on. There's some green apple and a great spiciness and some like sweet tobacco and a really kind of smooth, delicious vanilla. This is a great fragrance. I've done a few reviews on this on the channel, and I stand by this as one of my top 5 in my collection. Really love this one, and sometimes I just can't pass up wearing this one. Even though there's plenty of other stuff I could wear, I just can't pass wearing this up. I pass up wearing this one. I just love this. So then I remember thinking to myself that I wanted to go with one of the Kaids. I have 3 Kaids. I have the original Kaid, then I have 2 flankers, the Al Shabaab and the Kaid Intense. And I was thinking of going with the Kaid Intense, and then I said, you know what? I haven't worn an original Kaid in a while. Now, let me just tell you something about this fragrance here, guys. I know a lot of people talk about compliment pullers and compliment beasts and all those kind of terms. The honest truth is, I have a lot of fragrances. I wear fragrances every day, and it's very rare that I actually get like a compliment from a stranger. Yeah, I've gotten plenty of compliments from like my friends and family. My daughter's always like, ready to see, like curious about what am I wearing that day and what am I smelling like, and everything like that. But as far as getting compliments from strangers, I haven't gotten a whole lot of compliments from strangers, to be honest with you. And this is one that I've gotten a compliment a few times. As a matter of fact, I got a compliment from a guy in Pick and Save in the grocery store one time. And not only did he compliment me on the fragrance, he said, "Great sandalwood fragrance, man." And I was like, wow, like this guy must know fragrances because this thing does have a really gorgeous sandalwood note to it, a sandalwood accord going on. And it's got a like an oriental kind of feel. It's got a like a Middle Eastern kind of oriental feel to it for sure. There's some leather and vanilla. Like this is my favorite of the Kaids, hands down. And if you're talking about just the Lattafas, this is my top 2, top 3 Lattafa fragrances. Just original Kaid. It is great. Absolutely wonderful for cooler weather. Perfect. Give this one a try, guys, if you haven't yet, because although this has been out there for a while, it's been around for a good while. I don't know if everybody knows about this, but especially for the fall weather, this thing is wonderful. Like, hard to beat it. And so then the next day, yesterday, I watch Aaron Terrence Hughes reviews quite a bit. And I've been watching him for a long time, since I started my fragrance journey, like, almost a couple years now. I've been watching Aaron Terrence Hughes. He's a perfumer, and I like the way that his reviews are a little different than some others, where he gets more into the technical aspects of the industry and of the fragrances. And so every once in a while, I'll kind of go down and see like what is he reviewing, and if it's something that I'm interested in, and as I was looking, I noticed that he was reviewing Philip Plein No Limits. And this is one that I really love. I'm a big fan of leather fragrances, and this is a leather fragrance that I really, really like. Um, and so it kind of inspired me, like, oh, I'm gonna wear No Limits today, and it's just one of those that you have to really like, leather fragrances. Like this is definitely a leather dominant fragrance, but it's so gorgeous. I mean, the advertising for this and the marketing for this is completely off the wall, over the top, and crazy. The packaging, the presentation, and the bottle here, a lot of people say is kind of tacky and everything else, but all that aside, the juice in here is absolutely phenomenal in my opinion. I love it. It's leather with like this kind of like chocolatey, creamy, chocolatey kind of nuance to it. And again, very, very good for cooler weather. And it's just a leather fragrance that I really love. It smells really opulent and classy and kind of like smells like money. Uh, I don't have a whole lot of money, that's for damn sure. And but there's no reason I can't smell like I do. So when you wear this thing, man, yeah, you. This is one that I feel like when I'm wearing this, like I should be wearing a sport coat or something when I'm wearing this because it smells very like opulent and dressy. Really great leather fragrance. And then today, um, I'm thinking today I'm gonna wear F Black by Ferragamo. Um, Now this is one that I picked up in a swap with a friend. Didn't have a cap to it. Doesn't have the cap, but I bought this at TJ Maxx. I brought it home. I tried it out. Didn't care as much for it. I felt like it was a little bit too peppery for me because it is a very peppery fry. It's got a lot of pepper, especially in the open, in the top. It's got a lot of pepper going on, and I felt like this was like a while back. This was maybe about a year ago or maybe more, and I kind of passed on it and said like, oh, like that's just too much, too peppery, spicy, peppery for me. Took it back. Then I did a swap with a buddy and I ended up reacquiring this one and giving it another chance. And as I've worn this a few more times, I've really, really gotten to love it. Um, it is peppery. It does have a very strong, like pink and black kind of pepper coming off, especially at the top. But as it dries down, it's really, really a gorgeous fragrance, to be honest. Like it's got kind of a soapy, fresh, kind of clean aspect to it. It's really clean and soapy, but and the peppery aspect does kind of like wear down as it dries down. Like it kind of like you know what I mean? Like it gets a little bit more tolerable. And also as I've kind of like went through this fragrance journey and I've smelled a lot more different fragrances and I've kind of like gotten a little more used to uh like being able to maybe fragrances now, if I would have smelled them at the beginning of the journey, maybe I wouldn't have tolerated them the same. And it seems like you kind of mature as a fragrance collector and as a fragrance enthusiast. You kind of mature, your nose matures a little bit the more that you get into it. And this is one that I really enjoy, and I'm definitely going to make this my scent of the day today. It just was kind of on my mind. I've been meaning to pull this out and wear it. And this is one that can kind of surprise you if you're, because again, it's clean, it's fresh, it's kind of soapy, but this one comes off really nice in cooler weather. Like it's one that you wouldn't expect would be a good cool weather fragrance, but it really is. And in my opinion, this one is great to wear when, now maybe not like when it's cold, like, you know what I mean? Like freezing cold, like 30s, but in the cool fall weather, this one's a banger. Um, I'm glad that I went back to this and kind of like, gave it another chance and started really giving this some more wears because I really do enjoy this. Really decent for the price that you can pick this up. It has really good performance to it, and smells fantastic, especially after it dries down a little bit. So thanks for joining me for this video, guys. I know I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of ripping off the weekly wears concept from I know there's other fragrance reviewers, content creators that make this, that do this kind of content, and but I thought that it'd be something fun to try, and I'm gonna continue to do it going forward here. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you'll watch my weekly wears video next week. I'm the Mad Fragger. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.